So, hi everyone. Today I would be giving you some information on the types of business analysts. So, initially, when I started off my role as a business analyst and when I checked out the different roles and responsibilities, I seen there were two different set of roles and responsibilities, and I was confused as to which was actually the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst. But then later on, I got to know that there are two types of business analyst. One analyst that is totally focused on the business side, and another type of business analyst who belongs to the IT sector. So let's get more information. So the first one is the business analyst. These business analysts, these guys are totally business improvement oriented. They mostly focus on ways on which they can improve the business. So what they do is they identify and discuss key the business areas and processes that require improvement. So for every business there are various functions, different processes and different areas that need improvement. Not every area is perfect. There's always room for constant improvement. So these guys, what they do is they keep reviewing these processes and these areas and see where which sector or which area, which process needs constant improvement. So what they do is first they analyze the existing processes that is in a business. They interview people on the different pain points they face, or what is their feedback about the current processes and how things can get better. They also gather data and do some analysis with it, and they create new business strategies in line with the organization expectations. So, what these business analysts do is one is they are connected to an organization and they work for the process improvement and for the betterment of that particular business, or they even they consult clients also who need certain improvements in their business, and they work maybe on a contract base, but mostly it's always related to an organization. So if you see here, they also design workflows and processes and strategies to improvise a business performance. After designing processes, workflows and implementing them, constantly they have to monitor and see whether those strategies actually prove to be worth it, whether it actually brought about a increase in profit, or it ramped up the performance, or whether it brought about a very smooth process of activities. All this is being monitored and constantly they keep tweaking the process. Also, they have to stay up to date with the latest business practices and technologies. So every business makes sure there's a lot of, as I took a video on the different, environments for a business. Where a business exists, there is a lot of factors that influence the business. It can be from the political side, from the market side, from the technology side, and from various other aspects. So these guys, they need to be more focused and have an idea on what is the current business trends, how other competitors they are improvising their business, what are the possible strategies they are following, which are the industries they are moving into, which are the markets they are expanding, how businesses start acquiring other businesses. So all these are things that a business analyst totally focuses on. So I can give you an example. For example, here there was a organization or a small business, and they were dealing with orders, let's say orders for any retail products or day-to-day items. So what happened was, at a point of time they found out that there was a lot of delay in delivering the orders. And when the business analysts actually reviewed the process, they found out that generally the process of an order was that when an order comes in, it has to be fulfilled and sent to the customer. So basically there are people who need to pick and pack the order and deliver it to the customer. Sometimes there might be a occasion when there are no stock available, so they have to do a purchase. That time when they need to do a purchase to the supplier, then there is a need for higher level managers to approve the purchase quantity. So sometimes when it was done in that particular business, it was done with just pen and paper. And that's where there was a lot of confusion. Sometimes the documents were missing. Sometimes managers were not aware of the number of documents that needed approval. So all this caused a delay in that particular approval process, which ultimately led to orders being delayed. So what happened was the business analyst came up with an idea of using a workflow management tool that actually did all this digitally and processed all this on the system. So rather than pen and paper and manual approvals, everything was captured in the system. So people knew who was responsible for approving orders, people will know the status of the approvals, and there would be no chances of documents being lost or mishandled. So this was the one example of a business how they found out the area that needed improvement, and later when this system was implemented, they found out that there was a lot of ramping up of orders being fulfilled, which increased the sales of the business. So this is an example of how a totally business oriented business analyst works, and then the roles and responsibilities that they have. So looking at the skills that the business side analysts need is communication. Of course, they will be interacting with the stakeholders, the higher level management, the business owners. These are the people with which the business analyst would be interacting. So definitely you need good communication skills, and you also need knowledge on business, accounts and economics, etc. So you need to have an overall knowledge on how businesses work and how to manage accounts and economics, etc. So that's one key point. So some people say always having a degree in business or in accounts or economics is always an added advantage. Next one is problem solving skills. Of course, you're trying to solve problems for a business and increase the value and sales and performance of a business. So definitely you should be a problem solver, and also you should have a good portfolio. So if a business hires you and wants you and entrusts you with areas that can be improvised and improve sales performance, etc., definitely you should be having a good portfolio in your hand to prove that what are the projects you had worked on, how did you actually help a business to improve their strategy, and what was the benefits and values that you gave to the business. So that's one important point. And also you definitely need analytical skills. If you look, there's a lot of business intelligence out in the market. You need to identify, analyze data, and you need to drive insights, provide recommendations and suggestions. So definitely you do need analytical skills, which plays a key role in business analysis. And you also should be able to coordinate between teams. Of course, when you have to go down to a team and understand a process, you should be able to coordinate with them, collaborate with them. You should be flexible enough, and you should not have any barriers with that. And the next one is you should also have knowledge on business trends and development. Try to have knowledge on how other businesses are you performing in the market, what could be their strategies, what are their USP points, their the different industries they are venturing into, who are their clients. All this can be having overall knowledge of all this is very good. And the last one is presentation skills. So you will be definitely providing presentations to higher level management stakeholders on what are your analysis and the suggestions you're providing, what solution you're coming up with. All this needs to be presented, so definitely you should be having a lot of presentation skills. And coming on to the IT business analysts, so these guys, they are totally product and service improvement and development oriented. They are not much focused on providing business value. They are more focused on delivering value through products and services. So what they do is they develop products and services for various business functions and processes. So by interacting with clients and internal stakeholders, definitely they are providing good products and services for specific functions, processes, etc. So what do these guys do? They interact with various stakeholders and customers to identify business problems. So generally you will be having customers coming in with their problems they face in a business. Or it can be if you're working in a product based company and they want to develop a product and then take it to the market, then you'll be having internal stakeholders. So whoever it may be, definitely you'll be interacting with them, identifying their problems and trying to provide solutions. So the next one is you'll be analyzing the complex business problems that are faced by the customers, and you'll determine a solution in the form of software and services. Okay. And the next one is coordinate with cross-functional or functional teams to bridge gap between business and development teams. So this is an important point to note. So you have the IT business analyst who act as a bridge. So you have the stakeholders who are all business oriented. All they want to know is what product is going out in the market, when can we launch a product, what's the profit that we get from the product. So that's their aim and that's their goal. Whereas you see the development teams, their goal is to finish the task given to them and to push the product into production. So, being a gap between these two users is definitely important because you have to deliver what is actually the business value. You have to let the development team know what is the business value they are trying to provide. You need to communicate what are all the opinions, comments, feedbacks that the business team has, as well as vice versa. You need to communicate if there's going to be any technical conflicts or any blockers or any problems or any issues, then you have to convey that to from the development team to the management team so that both the parties are on the same page. So that's a very important role that an IT business analyst will play. And also apart from that, documentation and support for the entire development process. So when the product or the service is being developed, definitely you have to do a lot of documentation, and also you have to support the various teams through the entire process. So these are some roles and responsibilities of IT business analysts. And this is another interesting part here, the types of IT business analysts. So there are two type of guys over here. You have the functional business analysts and you have technical business analysts. So functional business analysts are the business analysts in the IT team who have high level knowledge of the technology, but not the details of technology. That is going into the technicality of any system. So when you look at the technical business analyst, they have a very good knowledge of the technical part of the system. So given a product, they are able to interact in a more detailed manner with developers, understand the issues, because definitely they know a lot about the technical part of it. So if you see these technical business analysts, mostly they would have been developers and then they would have come in as a business analyst. So that's one reason how they gained the technical knowledge. So if you're not very technical person and you just are a business analyst, then you would fall under the functional business analyst role. So you can always improve your knowledge on technical concepts, and you can try becoming a technical business analyst. Technical business analysts, of course, they'll be having a little bit of knowledge on the functional area plus technical. But if you are a technical business analyst and you want to gain more functional knowledge, then definitely you can gain more functional knowledge. And if you see the IT business analyst skills that they possess, of course, again, there is communication because you have to interact with customers, clients, stakeholders, and the knowledge on computer and technology is a must. So you should be having experience or knowledge on computer systems and technology because you're on the IT side. And of course, you need problem solving skills again, because again, you're going to solve problems for your customers or clients. And presentation skills, definitely you'll be doing a lot of presentations of the approach you're taking, the different the design that you have given. You'll be presenting demos, etc. So all these are related to the presentation skill aspects. Analytical skills, yes, sometimes you need to do analytical based research. You need to find some insights about your product. At that time you need to use your analytical skills. So that's definitely something that you can excel in or something that you can possess. And ability to coordinate between teams. So of course you'll be coordinating between the design teams, the development team, the testing team. There's a lot of cross functional teams that you have to coordinate between two and link and work with. So definitely you should have that ability, and also knowledge on product trends and development. So you should have an idea of the products in the market, and you would definitely develop this particular skill as you do competitor analysis, because if you have a product and you want to do some analysis of the competitors, then you would be gaining information, and you would be understanding how the competitor products available, what they do, what are the USP points, how things can be improvised. So all this you would definitely develop over time, and that's okay if you don't have much of knowledge. So these are some things I wanted to let you know, which I found useful because I was in a confusion. So as to what exactly the business analyst I am. So I thought it'll be good if I share it with you. So I hope this video was informative with you. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.